Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. A multi-day, potentially historic heavy rainfall event may produce catastrophic and life-threatening flooding through Saturday from the Ozarks into the Ohio Valley. Several clusters of strong to severe storms are expected from the southern plains, the mid-Mississippi Valley, to the Ohio-Tennessee valleys, and the mid-Atlantic. Closer to home, breezy conditions with light rain possible, modest mountain snow chances today through Saturday. Dust and dander remain very high, pollen remains moderate, so you can expect issues with your sinuses and asthma. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Thursday, April 3rd. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 70, 54, and 380, Owen Road, Maggie Avenue, and War Highway are scheduled to remain open all day.
The Alamogordo Police Department is recruiting, and you're invited for the physical fitness testing, written exam, and oral interview panel. That's happening this Saturday at 7:45 at the Alamogordo High School Track and Field, 103 Cuba Avenue. If you have any questions, call 575-430-6290. A legislative roundup is coming to Chaparral. We spoke with State Representative Sarah Silva of Doña County
on Monday, April 14th at 6 p.m., and that's in Chaparral at the Betty McKnight Center. And I'll be meeting with folks on the Otero side and Doña side of Chaparral to recap the legislative session and what we were able to do.
What are some of the specific topics you want to cover during this legislative wrap-up?
There's a couple of things. So one, I want to hear from the community. Folks have a lot of interest and specific issues they want to talk about. One that I want to bring to folks' attention is I was able to sit on the House Finance and Appropriations Committee and on Tax and Revenue. So the two big money committees I was a member of, and we, through that, were able to pull about $4 million for the Otero County Public Safety Facility. Sheriff David Black and I have been working really hard to pull some money together, and we were able to get $4 million to start a sheriff substation, fire station, EMS, animal control, and road maintenance, all in Chaparral on the Otero side of the county. And we were able to raise almost half of the funding we need for that facility. So that's really exciting. The other is we were able to secure more money to raise teacher salaries by 4% across the board. So teachers and staff at our public schools are going to get a raise. That's a big deal for our smaller communities where that's, the big job to have is our teachers. And then we were also able to appropriate $4 million for additional recruitment and retention of law enforcement officers around the state. And that was additional to $10 million the year before and $34 million the year before that.
A second event is on the 17th in Las Cruces. Any questions, please visit NewMexicansForSarah.com. Pecos Cyber Academy High School is accepting applications for the 2025-26 school year. This is a fully online public charter school free to any student in the state of New Mexico. For more information, contact Principal June Bowles at 575-415-8350 or check out the website pecosca.us. The La Luz Agricultural Market is going to be taking place this Saturday from 1 until 4. That's at 7350 US 54 South. Look for the metal windmill across from the Boot Hill RV Park. The City of Alamogordo presents the regular commission meeting, the Family Fun Center presentation by the Inn of the Mountain Gods. That's happening on Tuesday, April 8th at City Hall. The meeting begins at 6:30. Thursday, May 1st is the official National Day of Prayer, and there's a big event planned for the town of Chaparral. We heard from Robert Gable.
We're going to have it for the second time. We're going to have it May 1st of this year. And again, it's going to be here in Chaparral at Dolores Wright Park. And that's located at 400 Lisa Drive and such. And again, this is also going to be the 74th observance of the National Day of Prayer. So we're excited. We're going to do quite a bit planned. We, of course, plan on praying for like 7 different topics, basically church, military, and of course our law enforcement and military, businesses, education, and the all-important arts, entertainment, and media, right? And the government, we're praying for government. We're going to pray for national, local government, and of course the families. The family units are what makes us up.
If you have any questions, call or text 915-526-2907. You can hear our conversation in full on our YouTube channel. Well, today is Thursday. That means we get a Thursday thought from Lauren Noble.
Good morning, KALH listeners. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday thought. I was thinking today about, the other day anyway, about Proverbs chapter 4, verses 7 through 8. It says, the beginning of wisdom is this. Get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. Prize her highly, and she will exalt you and honor you if you embrace her. Wisdom is the quality of knowledge and good judgment, and we seem to lack wisdom in today's society in a way. We get on social media and sometimes some off-the-wall media companies out there that are posting things, and we believe what we see without fact-checking or without, even in some cases, bouncing it off another person, and we just repost it on Facebook and cause more division than there already is in the country. And seemingly, in many ways, gone are the Walter Cronkite days, where he just posted the news and told you about the news on the, you make up your own opinion, and in a way, I kind of miss those days, and in a way, in some ways, they are lacking, and I know Anthony and I get on some really good conversations off of the air, and we don't necessarily agree on everything, but we get some insight from each other and get some good discussion and learn from each other, and that's the way news should be, and that's how you should approach news, and what you're seeing and what you're hearing is bounce it off of somebody else and be willing to listen to their opinion and go from there. That's the basis of wisdom, is knowledge, and to learn from others. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, thank you for the opportunity to engage with other people and to be able to get ideas from them, and even if we don't always agree with them, to at least listen and to be open to what they say and to make up our minds rather than just believing the first thing we hear and reposting it on Facebook or blabbing it out without thinking about, is this really true or not, or is there another side I'm not seeing? And probably all of us need to be better in that area, and I just pray that we will be. Amen. Until we meet up again on the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
From basic to advanced computer repairs, it's GalacticGeeksPCRepair.com. Local business owned and operated by Greg Gutierrez, available for on-site work from 9 to 6 daily. Installations, upgrades, even virus repair. For information, email Greg at GalacticGeeksPCRepair.com. Google IT support, professionally certified.
Taos County deputies arrested Jared Hodges after a 9-year-old boy was allegedly sexually assaulted by the ski coach during an overnight trip to Taos Ski Valley. The boy's attorney, Jason Jordan, spoke with KOB.
He set the situation up so while he had a room and a bed to sleep in, he chose to sleep in a sleeping bag next to a 9-year-old boy.
Hodges is a longtime coach for Team Summit, Colorado, which is a competitive youth ski club.
As most people know now, these crimes are too often associated with repeat offenders. Mr. Hedges had access to children for over 20 years.
Authorities are asking any other victims to please come forward. Police were called to a fatal shooting near a Walmart on Coors in northwest Albuquerque around 6:30 last night. One person, described as an adult male, has died from that shooting. Police say he was driving a vehicle that struck and injured 3 people. Kimberly Martinez is a witness. She was parked right next to where the altercation took place. She spoke with KOAT.
A minute after we just walked in, this guy came on saying that someone, they just shot 3 shots off. And then when I went to go look, everyone was at the doors. There's a lot of commotion. We go outside, the whole parking lot is taped up, and our car's right there in the middle. And they tell us, we waited there for 30 minutes until they told us that we're going to have to call someone to pick us up because we're not going to take the car home at all.
Those hurt people were hospitalized for their injuries. Fortunately, those injuries are not expected to be life-threatening. Dorian Ray of Georgia has been sentenced to prison for a deadly stabbing at a New Mexico rest area in 2024. He's going to serve over 30 years behind bars for murdering 79-year-old David Adams. The investigation began around a year ago. Agents discovered Ray stabbed Adams and then stole the vehicle owned by Adams and his wife. Officers found the vehicle, then took Ray into custody following a pursuit. Ray was charged with an open count of murder, armed robbery, possession of a stolen vehicle, and unlawful taking of a motor vehicle. Ray pled guilty to second-degree murder and armed robbery. In total, Ray's sentence is 36 years and 6 months. Police say Ray was also a suspect in a different case where he took out a knife and stole a vehicle in Aurora, Colorado. The Director of Prevention Programs, Krista Montez, spoke about how the Sexual Assault Recovery Services nonprofit is helping connect young park victims with help. This includes financial aid and a whole lot more.
La Piñon, again, we are the Sexual Assault Recovery Services for Southern New Mexico. And with that, we're all trained advocates. And so we are providing advocacy to those victims who were affected by connecting them to resources. And also to, in the state of New Mexico, there is compensation available through what we call CVRC. And again, we're helping to connect those victims to those resources and services.
Montez appearing on KRWG. Activities for sexual assault awareness and child abuse prevention were also discussed. In the summer of 2023, Janine Rock and her husband experienced every parent's worst nightmare. You see, their preborn son, Gabriel, was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and they were told he would not survive outside the womb. Rock spoke with KRQE.
We thought the best option was to donate a life and help somebody else in their time of need, to help give us the comfort knowing that we can help somebody else in their time of need while we were hurting.
Baby Gabriel died 10 hours after he was born, but he gave the gift of life by donating his eyes and his heart valves. Gabriel also helped launch the birth tissue program at Presbyterian Hospital by donating the hospital's very first placenta. Through donation, the tissues that are typically discarded after birth can be safely used for patients in need, promoting healing, treating burns, and saving lives. Dr. Shelley Wilson is the transplant surgical director at Presbyterian Hospital.
There's a lot of people who need a transplant, would benefit from a transplant, but no transplant's possible without donors. So living donors coming forward and generously giving part of themselves is an amazing gift.
Donate Life America reports that in the United States, more than 100,000 people, and that includes 600 New Mexicans, are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant, making donors essential. Sports and weather are next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 26 games for New Mexico softball today. That includes Ruidoso at East Mountain, Dexter at Tularosa. Ow! Go, Lady Cats. And Centennial comes to Alamogordo. Go, Lady Tigers. There's 33 games for New Mexico baseball today, including East Mountain at Ruidoso. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly sunny skies, 20% chance for showers, winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight with a 40% chance of overnight showers. New rainfall amounts are expected to be less than 1/10 of an inch, winds gusting up to 18 miles per hour. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a 40% chance for showers. Your high today in the basin, 61, low tonight of 41, high tomorrow, 62 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny with winds gusting up to 32 miles per hour today. Mostly cloudy tonight with a 50% chance of overnight snow. New snow accumulation of 1 to 2 inches expected. Winds gusting up to 29 miles per hour. Partly sunny tomorrow with a 50% chance for more snow. New snow accumulation is expected to be less than half an inch. Winds gusting to 25 miles per hour. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 40. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 12. Low tonight of 26. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 20. High tomorrow, 40. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 19 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.